Welcome to the weekly dose of Emuna for Shabbat Kodesh. Today is a continuation of last week's Shabbat audio, which we spoke about the whole idea of singing Zmirot in general and in particular on Shabbat Kodesh. I want to just continue the thoughts of last Shabbat audio. The Mesilat Yesharim opens up with the words, and the very foundation of tzidkut, of righteousness, and the root of perfect service of Hashem is when we realize clearly that our duty in this world and what the goal that we look to do in this world, the goal of our life in this world is to delight in Hashem, to enjoy the radiance of the Shechina HaKadosha. That is true delight. That is the greatest enjoyment of it all. And the way that we can attach ourselves to this amazing enjoyment of delight of being one with Hashem, it becomes perfectly clear to us when we sing Zmirot. Singing Zmirot, it says man was created solely for the purpose of taking delight, and when we sing Zmirot, there's no better way to accomplish this sense of feeling close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Singing Zmirot goes way back from the time of Adam HaRishon, that when Adam HaRishon, the Midrash says, that he recognized the beauty and the kindness and the eternal love of Hashem on Shabbat Kodesh. And from there, it was the first song of praise that came out to Hashem, to give thanks to Hashem, and raise in beautiful hymns and songs of how much Adam HaRishon wanted to profess his love to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In the Siddur, it's written that the minhag to sing Zmirot at the meals, at the Shabbat meals, are generally composed of different psukim and verses of the Tanakh and Agadot of the Talmud, and they all are ones that mention Shabbat Kodesh. And we should try as best as we can, of course, when we sing, that we should sing only those themes that relate to Shabbat Kodesh, and to attach ourselves not only to the elated spirit that comes out from singing, but also to attach ourselves to the meaning and the holiness of that day. We sing Zmirot to draw down the goodness of Shabbat Kodesh down to this earth, because Hashem loves us. And when Hashem hears the Zmirot, He's favorably inclined towards coming closer to His creatures in this world. The Baal HaTanya explained, and one of the reasons why he actually did not print the text of Zmirot in his Siddur is because he wanted to bring up the chashivus, the importance of singing wordless Hasidic nigunim. That it's important not just to sing songs with words, but also to do humming, to be able to hum to a beautiful tune, Be'ezrat Hashem, and not necessarily restrict it to certain words. And after we do the nigun without saying words, the idea is for us again to have this sense of being able to soar above to the higher realms when we aren't restricted to certain words in the songs, in the Zmirot. We're able to actually fly Be'ezrat Hashem and be able to attain very, very lofty heights without having to be restricted through the whole idea of words. On Shabbat, the neshama receives a message from Shamayim. What is that message? The message is the neshama yitara. The soul wants nothing more than to rejoice, but it's stopped by the body. The body doesn't understand what spiritual joy is. And so the Torah decreed that on Shabbat and on Yom Tov, the body should be treated to delicacies, food and drink, and enjoying all the physical delectables of this world. In that way, the body can now revel in physical pleasure, and the soul has its companion, the neshama yitera, that it gets nourished and fed through the limudei Torah and through the Zmirot and so on and so forth. That is how it gets its beautiful nourishment. And one of the reasons why we don't begin the Shabbos meal by singing Zmirot, but we wait until at least the first course, is because we want to make sure that the body has enjoyed some sort of form of delicious food. And in that way, we sort of give it something to distract it, and the soul can rejoice in singing Zmirot. So Be'ezrat Hashem, let's enjoy this coming Shabbat, singing songs, being close to Hashem, allowing our souls to soar in words of praise and a nigun. Have a great Shabbat.